The message arrived at 6:48 a.m., before my coffee, before my brain had woken up. My sister didn't greet me. She issued instructions. She sent flight details, hotel photos, and a list of what her children eat, wear, break, and refuse. At the bottom, in bold letters, she wrote, "Be at my house by noon. Cancel your plans." No question mark, no courtesy. My name wasn't included, just a task. My wife stared at me, stunned. We were supposed to celebrate our anniversary that weekend. Instead, I was suddenly the unpaid nanny, summoned like a servant. What shocked me most wasn't her entitlement, it was her certainty. She behaved as if my life existed purely to support hers, and obedience was guaranteed. Her children entered rooms like storms, not visitors. Doors slammed, cabinets rattled, and silence never survived longer than 3 seconds. One child launched cereal across the living room because he wanted to test gravity. Another discovered scissors and attempted professional grooming on the family dog. The youngest refused sleep unless someone sat beside him like a personal security guard. Toys covered the floor like hazards waiting for ambushed ankles. Their mother called this chaos energy, claiming it showed intelligence. She expected me to manage their impulses, tantrums, and experiments alone. Nothing prepared me for children who negotiated every instruction like attorneys. I wasn't babysitting. I was refereeing a war zone disguised as a household, armed only with patience that rapidly evaporated. My sister didn't send updates about her children. She sent evidence of her luxury. Hour after hour, photos arrived, champagne beside her seat, legs stretched like royalty, spas, gourmet meals, and captions insisting I embrace the bonding experience. She lounged behind tinted sunglasses, grinning like someone who discovered a loophole in adulthood. Outsource responsibility and enjoy applause for doing nothing. Meanwhile, I negotiated truces between siblings who fought over imaginary kingdoms. She never asked if the kids were safe, fed, or functioning. Her single concern was whether I locked her jewelry drawer. With every photo, my role became clearer. I wasn't helping family. I was background labor enabling her vacation. She wasn't enjoying a trip. She was celebrating control. By noon on the second day, exhaustion felt physical. The dishwasher overflowed because one child believed soap should work faster and emptied half a bottle. Another barricaded herself inside the bathroom after I refused her plan to paint the dog blue. The oldest climbed onto the roof to confirm whether Santa could land safely. I sprinted between disasters, juggling screams, arguments, and puddles. My irritation wasn't with the children. It was with the assumption that my time had no value. My sister hadn't asked for help, she assigned it. Somewhere between the flooded kitchen and the rooftop rescue, something snapped. I saw with painful clarity. I wasn't viewed as family. I was an unpaid service, and nobody intended to stop using me. My sister finally called, not to check on her children, but to extend my sentence. Sunlight glowed behind her as she lounged at an oceanfront spa, claiming their vacation package, unexpectedly expanded. She said it like weather, not a decision. Then she laughed and added, "You don't have kids, so you have no responsibilities. Enjoy the practice." Before I responded, she ended the call. Her tone wasn't careless, it was confident. She believed caring for her children was my obligation. Something hardened inside me. Her trip wasn't the problem. Her entitlement was. She mistook my availability for servitude. That call didn't only lengthen her vacation, it shortened my tolerance. I realized helping her had always been a duty, never a choice. My response wasn't a speech. It was a sentence. "I won't be here when you return." I packed my things, ignored the chaos, and refused to restore order. I didn't leave advice, schedules, or apologies. I gathered the children and walked them to the neighbor, the woman my sister bragged about trusting more than anyone. She hesitated, stunned, but accepted. For once, someone else inherited the whirlwind my sister created. I blocked every contact she used, silenced notifications, and went home. The absence of noise felt luxurious. Revenge didn't require confrontation. It required boundaries. My wife opened the door, smiled, and said nothing. Peace wasn't dramatic. It was quiet, steady, and finally mine. My sister returned expecting gratitude and found emptiness. The house echoed like a staged crime scene. The children waited next door, furious and restless. Security cameras captured her pacing, shouting, and calling my number 23 times. Then came the messages, paragraphs accusing me of betrayal, abandonment, and psychological damage. In her fury, she screenshot everything and accidentally sent it to the family group chat. Suddenly, silence followed. Relatives saw her commands, her tone, her expectations. The story wasn't filtered through her version anymore. The evidence exposed what she considered normal. Her meltdown wasn't about the children. It was about losing control. For the first time, everyone recognized the truth. She wasn't asking for help. She was assigning servitude. Weeks passed, and my sister remained quieter than usual. Her vacation updates stopped. No more lounge selfies, cocktails, or luxury captions. Her messages shifted from demands to suggestions, then apologies. Not remorseful apologies, strategic ones. No one agreed to babysit anymore. Relatives finally understood the cost of her convenience. She learned adulthood's harsh equation: support evaporates when respect disappears. What she once labeled help was exploitation wearing family clothing. Her entitlement took years to build and collapsed in days. She wanted access to my time, but never my life. I didn't lose a sister. I lost a job I never applied for. Freedom wasn't won in confrontation. It was earned by finally refusing to be available.